Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. I hope that you've all had a good weekend. It is Monday the 3rd of October today, and I am doing this reading as Mercury has just turned direct in its home sign of Virgo. Happy birthday, dear Libra. If you are celebrating today, tomorrow, wishing you well. Moving forward, we are reading the energies. We're coming up to eclipse season. It's a very fated time. Can be very challenging, as eclipses are about eclipsing something out of our life that is meant to go, so that we could fill that void, that space, with something new. If we haven't been on the right path, it's time to move on to something that's more promising. Spirit will do that, as eclipses are the hand of God. My best wishes to those of you that have been affected by the hurricane, by flooding. I hear Spain. I think it's France, I know in Iran, in the US, in Florida, South Carolina. I hope that this biblical catastrophe in the state of Florida, and I've heard the hurricane may be going towards Mexico. Just wishing everyone well in your personal lives. Hoping the world and the people's transformation, which is what's going on, and soon as easily as possible, because we know that a death and a transformation of the world and in our own personal lives is never something easy. So what are the messages today, dear Spirit? 3rd of October 2022. What is it that we need to know? What are the messages coming through? What is the advice in Libra season as the moon is transiting through Capricorn? That moon moving through Scorpio a few days ago was not an easy moon, as the moon is going to come all the way around the zodiac. When the moon revisits Scorpio, it is eclipses. It is the first eclipse that we're going to have, that we've got ahead of us. Which is going to be a new moon. It's going to be a new moon, a solar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio with Venus. All right, what's going on? We've got the Magician, so Mercury turning direct. Now, this Mercury retrograde has been really challenging. It's been really, really hard. It's like an amplified Mercury retrograde. So I don't know what's going on for you, what's been happening. With Mercury now turning direct, maybe there will be more understanding of, what we needed to look at. What, this month is important as we're coming out of retrograde. Mercury, Pluto on the day of the full moon in Aries, which is on the 9th, and then Saturn at the end, I think on the 22nd or 23rd, I think, of the month. And this is a very important month with Venus. Venus will be conjoining with the Sun. Venus will be in the heart of the Sun on the 22nd, which starts off something really, really important. Do consider joining us on Patreon, as we'll be talking about that. The extended readings, before I forget, extended and the October readings are being done. So I've got a couple that have been uploaded already. I'm working on those today. Thank you for your patience. If you are not on Patreon to get the extended, which we're looking into love, otherwise the October free readings on YouTube are general readings. For love, as we extend on the reading, join us on Patreon, or you can purchase the extended through my website. The links will be beneath. So, the Magician, communication, understanding, the ability to manifest magic. This speaks to Virgo and Gemini, which, Gemini is where Mars is preparing to retrograde. Very important month, the month of October and the month November, as we've got another eclipse there. So we've got some sort of understanding, communication pertaining to our stability, whether it concerns work, or this is the marriage card, it's the card of celebration. Right, so something pertaining to our vocation, what we do, how we're trying to manifest our stability. This could be pertaining to Mercury does rule commerce and business, but also possibly collaboration with a small group of people, whether it's your siblings, neighbors, or your close environment. So the Four of Wands does speak to security, right? Fours always speak to the home. So there will be news, understanding, where there's been trickery or someone's been trying to hide, or maybe even confuse, pertaining to a marriage, some sort of contract, a legal contract, whether it's an emotional, so relationship contract, whether it's a partnership or whatever. There will be some news coming in, some understanding. Another four of Pentacles, which speaks to security. It speaks to a lack, though, thereof. It's stuck energies. Four of Pentacles, look at the way he's grabbing on to his pentacles. This is my money. So where there's been trickery, many times the magician, if this were to be in the reverse, it would be like someone who is a thief. So hiding money away in a commitment or in a partnership, something will be revealed, or this speaks to someone holding back on news pertaining to their social standing. So it could be related to money or marriage or anything pertaining to someone's security and emotional, financial, and so on and so forth. Remember, this is the Miser card. Usually, Four of Pentacles is someone that fears being open. So emotionally communicating. Someone could be also possibly wanting to move homes. They're saving up their pennies. There's the Thief, which I was talking about, the Seven of Swords, everyone. There is the Thief. This is either strategy or it's understanding that there has been trickery. There's been theft. It could be physical, emotional theft as well. So someone having stolen your heart, someone that's in another commitment, if this is relational, right? This is strategy, finding a way to get into. It looks like he's moving into a home which is not him. So it could be someone who's in a marriage. It could be a third party, of course, with someone that's married. Seven of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Gemini is more stronger. And remember, we've got Mars. Mars is our desire. It's the energy we put into something. Mars is the warrior. Someone needs to be courageous to find a way to get through, to get into, to accomplish something, right? Mars in Gemini, which also speaks to choices. We're needing to make choices. We're needing to decide on things. There's the Three of Cups. So someone is wanting reconciliation. If this is in relationship, we know that lots of people have been dealing with past connections. With all these retrogrades, we've had past loves coming back, past acquaintances, friendships, people, and situations. Three of Cups. What I get here is that someone's strategy is going to succeed. This could also be someone that's been holding back on their emotions. They could be communicating that they want either to take you out, either to reconcile. This could also be a group effort. It could be amongst siblings. Someone is wanting happiness. They want to maybe come back into your life. They're looking for ways to do that. Whether it's love, through relatives, through family, possible partnerships, work colleagues. Three of Cups is reconciliation, but it can also speak to third parties. What is the possible outcome? We've got the Eight of Coins, and we see that someone receives news. Eight of Coins is Virgo energy, and remember, Mercury has turned direct now in Virgo, in its home sign. But whatever's going on with Mars, which Mars in Gemini, yes, it's our desire to collaborate, communicate, send messages out, investigate even, figure things out. Remember that Gemini is very curious. They need to learn. That could come through communication, of course, through anything written, spoken, through a possible desire to collaborate, work together. This isn't the news that comes through. But this is Virgo energy, so someone's going to be looking at the details, trying to read between the lines, or just receiving a lot of the details that were missing. Right, so something that was unknown is coming in through strategy, through the ability to understand, through communication, could be through other parties as well. Eight of Coins, and yes, Eight of Coins is, what it is that I'm working on. I've got the intelligence. I've been working really hard at something. It can also speak to possible health issues. Virgo does speak to health. Any tests that you've been doing, right? Eight of Pentacles is usually a positive card, and it speaks to here maybe also details that were missing. You're finding out the truth now, and there's celebration for me. That's what I get here. What's at the bottom? We've got the Knight of Wands, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. We've got Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. We've got practically everything here, but of course, Major Arcana, we've got the Magician, which is more Virgo, Gemini. Remember that Mars from Gemini squares over to Mercury. So there's like a push and pull. Like, we're not going to move forward with this. I ain't going to do this unless I've got the information. Unless there is understanding. Unless you communicate. It's like some sort of, I'm going to put my foot down. I really need to focus on the details. That's the only way to purify, to cleanse, to understand. We've got very strong Pisces, Virgo energies, which means where there's been misunderstandings, there will be clarity and understanding. So the Knight of Wands is, he runs with that Ace of Wands. His desires. He's going to take action on that. What is the Karma Dharma? Of course, this could be someone that moves a lot, someone that travels for work, someone that's very driven, someone that's very sexually inclined. He's willing to do the work. Maybe he's gone through some sort of understanding. Maybe he needs to cover some ground. We've got the Emperor, everyone, and the Emperor just has been showing up galore. Aries, of course, Taurus comes up. Any fire sign this could be, of course. The Emperor, which is another 4, and we've got lots of 4, so it's got a lot to do with possibly the past, a home, anything that we own, so anything that surrounds our home. It could be our home itself, possibly family, parents, past connection. There's the 9 of Cups, so there's some sort of a wish fulfillment that this Emperor is taking action towards. Where before he was holding back on. Now he's found a way to move towards what it is that he's going to celebrate. Now it's all about the details. I don't know if this speaks to contracts as well. So there's a lot of desire here. Let's see what the Karma Dharma is, dear friends. What is the Karma Dharma today, 3rd of October? We've got the Strength card, so we've got Leo. So someone that's following their desires, even though there's possible challenges here. Someone needs to trust that if this is a relationship or a partnership, even for work, there needs to be trust. Maybe also blind trust, I feel here. That something is going on which we will find out about. Something is promised here. There's a security is promised, reconciliation, happiness. And the details will help us get to that. The details are very important, I feel here. Wow. So we've got a 3 here. We've got the ship, which speaks to transition, possible movement. This does speak to good luck. I mean, it's Jupiter in Sag. Jupiter in Sagittarius. Remember how, also in this deck, which deck is it? It's in the Lenormand. No, it's in the... Can't quite put my finger on it now. My God, but we see a ship. It's probably the fortune-telling cards, yes, where we see, could also be here in the 3 of Wands. I can't quite put my finger on it, but we see the ship up in the sky. It's like something that someone was fantasizing to move towards or to leave a situation that was difficult, but there's been an open opportunity, a window of luck, an opportunity for change. So possible dream, there is transition towards it. A dream, like we're on the way to the manifestation of that, possibly. This could be a new home, and it can be movement towards a new home and building a new nest. A new nest. This could be doesn't matter if it's business or a career move, it could be anything. It speaks to our security. Remember, the storks speak to a yearning for a new cycle. They do bring the child, so there's possible happiness, or it's relative to a child, possibly a marriage concerning a child, but the child speaks to happiness. It's like fresh energies. And we've got a divine masculine. He wears Mars on his chest. He could be an Aries or a Scorpio, or just someone that's very driven right now. I suppose could be any fire sign as well. Sagittarius is important too, and Mars is in Gemini, so let's keep Gemini as well. I want to take another card. And we've got the Garden, which speaks to happiness. It speaks to someone's reputation, who they are out there in the world. The Garden of Eden, this is, my dear friends. So again, it brings Aquarius energy. Someone's, as I said, reputation, possible situation going on with someone that's well known, someone that's quite famous or well known in their community. And it can speak to teamwork and working together, collaboration, moving towards happiness. Possible second chances here. And we've got the birds. So the birds does speak to news here, and that's what I get. Yes, there are possibly other people involved. It does remind me of Gemini energy as well, as, Gemini is all about talking and communicating and social media. So Aquarius, Gemini, possibly. Be careful where there's other people involved. Watch out with, who you share your information with as well. So something that was dark and unknown, there will be wisdom here. We've got the birds all around, and the birds do speak to, and we've got more birds here. So transition, change, communication, teamwork, yes. After a hold up after needing to see things from a different perspective, a hold up. Expect lots of news moving forward, as of course Pluto will turn direct as well. So we've got strong Leo here. Leo is the heart, dear friends. It can speak to a strong sexual connection as well, the desire to connect. Leo is the lion. There's generosity. There's romance, possibly. Let's see what universal love message holds today. We have heaven on earth. Oh my God. Oh my dear God, how beautiful is that? Heaven can be on earth, and it is on earth, dear friends. It depends on which perspective we look at things from, I suppose. Both heaven and hell exist on earth, but only in our minds, for both are created through our thoughts, actions, and intentions. This card is pointing to the fact that you have helped create a disturbing situation in your life by giving power to something that you did not have to give power to. Regardless of who or what is bothering you, the current situation can be transformed if you cease to give it power. I'm going to speak to the Emperor, who is someone very powerful. This could also be someone narcissistic in your life. Could be a boss, could be someone that's trumping you, someone that's above you, could be a father figure, could be a romantic connection as well. But we've also got Leo, which also speaks to leadership. And remember that if we don't take leadership ourselves, we don't follow our desires and what it is that we want to create. Because, you know, fire is very creative. As long as we're prepared to do the work, we will get to our outcome. We see that a divine masculine figure here is very much desiring to create happiness in their life, possibly through a transition. Now, it could be someone that is a father, but we see that he comes from a very passionate position. He is very driven, which this is the general energy as well of the Knight of Wands. Even if there's physical distance, the Knight of Wands is ready to cover ground. Focus on the positive, and instead of plugging into another's negativity, tap into the power of light and love. Send light and love to all concerned and visualize yourself energetically detaching from them. So as long as you're pouring energy into something, you're giving it power. If you have not received any positivity or any love or any light, you need to stop. It's like throwing oil into the fire. You're making this fire, which fire can burn, of course. The more energy you give it, the more it will grow. So if this is, you're giving the power, your power away, then this is making it harder on yourself. So it's just like putting oxygen into fire. It's a time to stop that if this is not something that's healthy for you. So you need to start to detach. You can start to create heaven on earth right now by simply making love your focus. In doing so, you will attract loving people and situations into your life. And heaven on earth is a very positive note to end this reading on, my dear friends. I think I will leave it there. There is very strong positivity here as long as we believe that we can bring heaven into our own lives. Okay, remember, positive attitude, outlook, something that you're wanting to manifest, pretend that you already have it. It's in your palm. Okay? There's going to be news that will be very exciting. For some of you, it could be a little bit stressful, but you'll have the news in your hand. It's all about discerning. Be careful what you hear and what you read. Try and discern and trust your instinct as well about what comes in, because there can also be trickery and some sort of an illusion. So do the Virgo thing. Be very much about the details. Discern. Take a step back. See if things can work out in a practical way. Things can manifest. That's what Virgo does best. And Mercury turning direct now, this is exactly the perfect time for that. Now give Mercury a little while, I would say even 1 or 2 days. Give him some breathing space. Whatever it is that you had on hold, it's, green light now. You can start anything that is new. Anything that you've been working on the Mercury retrograde, that you've been reworking on. It's very positive indeed now. It helps us a lot to move forward. Now, if there's anything that you wanted to start off from scratch, now you can slowly, okay, with Mercury having turned direct. And it's very good with, especially having the ability with Mercury transiting through Virgo, even where health is concerned, physical, emotional, mental health as well, but also anything to do with what you do daily in your work, your hygiene, anything connected to pets as well. That's what Virgo is. And yes, we can get some news that someone is willing to do the work for us. So if you're seeing someone that's doing that for you, they're coming from a place of love. Remember, Virgo is also purification. Now we can move forward as, with Mercury retrograde, we've had the chance to purify. As I said, Pluto is moving direct as well in a few days. Full moon in Aries, just around the corner. Something is completing. Something completes. And remember, Aries is Mars ruled. Maybe someone's making a decision to complete a cycle in their life and start new. And again, we'll be looking at that. My dear friends, love and light to all of you. Stay tuned for the October readings. Love you all so much. I will talk to you soon. Ta-da.